Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. And in the last episode, as what Tat was about to tell us here, is that we have cleared out the entirety of Stone Tower Temple and defeated the boss, the two bosses actually, Twin Mold, by either slapping them up or dicing them up, depending on the version that we were playing, in order to cure Arcana and purify all the wandering souls that were roaming the land, because they were disturbed by the Skull Kid. And, by such, we broke the curse and rescued the last giant! And we could have went straight up to fight the Skull Kid at that moment, but we're not done. We've gathered them all together, so we just have to go to the clock tower and call them. You still remember the song the first giant taught you, right? You know, the song to call them? Come on, let's go before it's too late. I've had about enough of all this. Yeah, we're not doing that right now, because the reason why we have reround time is because we haven't done everything in town. We're still missing a couple heart containers, and we haven't cleared out the entirety of Arcana either. And because all the Wandering Souls were purified and sent back to the afterlife by clearing the curse, there's a couple of things that were locked out to us. So we're going to be dealing with that, along with the town, in this episode. So starting off, I always do that because of the bloody camera when it was in that angle. But yeah, I'm not going to go and get the 100 rupees on top of the shooting gallery that we shall not talk about, because I need the time to, or even slowing down time, because I need to keep the time ticking until it hits 10 AM to enter the mayor's residential office. Remember that they were having an argument in there. That lasts until the final day, where, you know, everyone just kind of makes their own decision on what to do, because the moon's coming down. This is a problem that we need to sort out. We have never officially solved Clock Town's issues, despite sorting out all the other quadrants. So, while we're waiting for that time, we want to go to the observatory because we need a moon tier. Because if you remember, we never got that heart piece across from the Arcana River, because we never dealt with the business scrub. So, that's where we must take our first order of business. Thankfully, this guy doesn't get mad that I'm not wearing the bunny hood, because that's a thing that keeps happening in Ocarina of Time 3D, the randomizers. I want to look in this direction first of all, because that should spawn a Gwei flying down from this direction. Should do, I just don't see it at the moment. That guy's spawned in, but I don't see the Gwei that I was interested in. Thing is, they don't like to appear when I actually look at them. He's not flying around in my camera right now. Because there is a hidden Gwei that shows up when you look at this side of Woodfall. There's another Gwei that's over here. There he is, so I've spawned that one. He will fly around and drop a rupee on the floor. But there's another one that will drop another rupee that spawns somewhere around here. It's just, for some reason I can't seem to trigger him. Oh, anyways, when that Gwei is flying around, I want to look at the Skull Kid in order to spawn the Moon's Tear, so we can go grab that, and we'll grab the rupees that these Gweis are going to be dropping later on. I only know about the one on by looking towards Snowhead, but looking toward Woodfall, I don't normally get that one to spawn in. I didn't even know that one existed. So that's a little bit of a bonus. But what the other Gwei on the left is supposed to do is drop a rupee down here, and in the N64 original, you could see in the grass a Skull Kid graffiti. Obviously, do not forget to grab the Moon's Tear before you go back to town. Coming back out of the sewers, we've just made it, so we can see that Gorman of the Gorman Troupe. Ah! Bother, I'm busy. Doesn't sound very TV Luigi at the moment. And he literally enters as soon as the mayor's residence becomes open. So we want to beat him to the desk if possible. Welcome, do you have some business? Room on the left is the mayor's room. Sounds like they're having some kind of meeting, I think. And on your right is the drawing room and also Madame Aroma's office. Don't go in there without an appointment, the lady will get mad at you. Oh, and there you are. I am on the Gorman Troupe. I have an appointment to meet with Madame today. Oh, really? Then it should be fine if you just go in. Yeah, nice little look at the 3D town right there. And we can get in here before Gorman does in order to talk to this Zora right here. Are the fins damp lately? That's the greeting used among us Zora. Oh, forgive me. I am Toto, manager of the band The Indigo Goes. I am out of business cards, so a Zora greeting will have to do. The Indigo Goes is a popular group that we Zora are so proud of. They put out a lot of songs. One of their hits is The Ballad of the Windfish. You know that song, don't you? Huh? Really? You don't? Even one that famous? You better be able to hear it if the show wasn't cancelled. Such a shame. I would talk to Madam right now, but we'll wait until Gorman enters the room first. So before I do that, I'm going to quickly pop in here and check Cafe's diary again, because we checked that on our first cycle, back when we were a Deku, all that time ago. Cafe's diary. The wedding ceremony is soon. It might be early, but I finished my wedding mask. I wonder if Anju has made hers. She tends to do things at the last minute, so probably not. There was a gathering of the fellows at the milk bar tonight. I plan to show off my wedding mask and talk about my sweetheart as best I can. You know, if it's a diary, why is that not dated? How long was that entry? Well, since before we arrived, obviously. So, we're just going to be waiting around until Gorman decides to actually walk into this room. For some reason, he feels like he has to be at 20 minutes at the front desk in order to enter. And we're going to let him have his discussion first before we do ours. Madam Aroma, I am Gorman. It has been some time. Thank you for letting us perform at this year's carnival time. Oh, dear me, Gorman, there is a problem. Meaning? The opening performance I've asked you to do. Yes? They cancelled, just now. What is this? Allow me to explain. Oh, excuse me. I am to work at this year's show, or that was the plan. I am Toto, manager of the Zora band, the Indigo Girls. I arrived this morning. Actually, there's been an unusual accident in Great Bay. And due to this unusual accident, Lulu, the diva of the Indigo Goes, has lost her voice. Too personal, not going to get into it. Why? Why? The details are quite long, so I'll spare you. At any rate, I must cancel our performance at this year's carnival time. See? But this means the Gorman Troupe's job is... It's off. But that's all, Gorman. As always next year. Busy with other matters. Oh dear. Well, now we know why his voice wasn't very TV Luigi. He can't even believe it, look at him. Well, that talk lasted an hour. I'm angry now, don't speak to me. They must be joking. Now what am I to do? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of jump cuts just to save a little bit of time, because I will be waiting around for certain events to happen. Oh dear me, are you on a field trip? Or are you the expert person finder I hired? Oh, yes, I say. You have the face of a pro. I'm wearing a bunny hood, lady. The characteristics of the person I want you to find. Yes, I know them. The person I want you to locate is my son, Cafe. You know him, don't you? You don't? I do not, actually. You don't? Really? He disappeared about a month ago. It's terrible. So very worried. Oh, wow. That diary entry was a month old. Again, it's a diary. Why is it not dated? I can't get food down my throat, and I've lost 5 pounds. You haven't anything, though? Oh, dear. Oh, could you look for him? Sure. Why not? Maybe it will solve the issues. Maybe that's why arguments are always going on, because they can't make decisions, because they're so frazzled. Oh my, of course, you are an expert. Well, I am counting on you. And that's not creepy at all, having a mask made out of your own son's mug. You've been given Cafe's mask and recruited to locate a missing person. Wear this to inquire about the missing Cafe. Madam Aroma asked you to find her missing son. Cafe's mask could be the key to this mystery. So what we want to be doing is talking to people wearing this mask. And we might as well start in this quadrant of the map. But I do want to be heading into the stop hut in first, because that has, well, the front door at least, has opened up to us at the same time, 10 AM, and they have their own schedule. So we'll start there. Let's get the mask. Move that over here. A mask that lets you inquire about the location of a certain missing person named Cafe. We'll equip that there for now. Pop that on. Do you have anything to say about this? I'm angry now. Don't speak to me. He's not even paying attention. Right, so let's leave the mayor's residence and go straight to the Stockpot Inn. Yes, we could glide up. Whoa, camera, please. What was that? Just going all over the place. Maybe I should have rotated it myself. But yeah, we would normally be able to use our deco mask to use that flower in order to get in from the top and over and up. But as it's the right time, we can just walk on in. And I'm going to go round into this room. Because if we actually entered around about 11, we would have seen Anju go to the kitchen to fix some grub. Oh, Tortoise, I've already had lunch. Grandmother, I am Anju. Tortoise was my dad. You haven't had lunch yet. Hang on a second. The lady, the grandmother, confused her granddaughter? Or her son? Not only is that a gender swap, but that's also completely not right in general. I've already had lunch. Now be quick and take that away. Not eating is bad for you. Please eat. Didn't I say I already ate lunch, Tortoise? Impossible, child. Then don't eat my food. I give up. Ew. Woo? Ew. Would you like me to read you a story? Oh, well, she's gone. And she's not in a talkative mood. If I got here a little bit earlier, once again, because I was staying in the mayor's office to talk to Madame Aroma, and the fact that, again, the Gwei kind of messed me up a little, we would have saw that she went into the kitchen to make some food, and then she would have came straight in here. Granny's diary. We've read this before, I'm pretty sure. It was my granddaughter who cooked again today. Putting that to the lips shortens the life. How did you write that when you're not even over here? In fact, this would have been written before she even came in, so maybe this is lunchtime considering the time of the day. I thought of a way to get by without eating. I'll try it tomorrow, I just hope I'm not caught. You almost let it go away. She's feigning what's the word? Seniority? I don't know. I can't word it very well. Oh, Doctor. They pick on you. Do come tell teacher, okay? Wow, you're still putting on the act. Or are you actually being serious? Who knows? We just don't get enough of Grandmama. So, yeah. If we entered a little bit earlier, which obviously we couldn't because we were dealing with the meetings at Madame Aroma at the time, and we can't actually talk to Madame Aroma, as you've seen, if Gorman's already chatting with her. Oh, here's the Gorman Troupe dancers. No, that won't work. No, that's too basic. Probably going to have to teach them to dance again at some point. Oh! Into the staff room. We cannot follow. It says employees only, no admittance. Thinking other people's rooms, you're the worst. Let's pop in here. Let's chat to the other peeps in here. Ludo's very good at it. Maybe we should add some spins. Do-do-do! Don't speak to her right now. She hasn't finished her new dance for the town's carnival. Do-da-da. Even though the song is finished. No one seems to be reacting to this mask. They're all concerned with their own problems, which stems back to the Gorman Troupe leader, Gorman, who we were just talking about with Madame Aroma. Oh! Well, that was timing. Talk to me, madam. I want to sign in, or ask some questions. Lady, could you please move? Well, she's done with her chores. She's going to go back to the front desk, so we'll just meet her over here. Swap my items around for now. I forgot that I actually want to go back and meet Gorman, who would be, at this point, walking into the milk bar before it properly opens. So we can pop in here right now, and he should be walking down the stairs. Oh, he's already sat down. The bar opens at night, sir. It's members only. We refuse people who don't have proof of membership. Now we're getting things ready, so as long as you don't get in the way of my cleaning, you can stay. What are you staring at? Sounds like your show has been cancelled. You really don't need to be here anymore. I came to drink. I'm a customer. Well then, customer, the bar opens at 10 o'clock at night. Please wait until then. Besides that, this bar is for members only. Without proof of membership, you will be refused entry. Oh, I don't need milk. I just want to sit and think for a while. I mean, he still gets served. We've seen that before when we tried to do the jam session earlier. Which we're going to have to deal with now because we have all 4 of our forms. But then again, he probably used his sway of being a ranch owner. Just give me some space. Fine. Be my guest. Back to the inn. I hit my head. Oh, here comes the postman. Let's talk before we do it. I'm currently on the job. If I stop and talk, it will disrupt my schedule. I wanted to talk to Anju before that happened. What's this? Here you are, today's mail. Oh, wait. This letter. Where did you... From the postbox. That's not what I mean. From the postbox where? From the postbox somewhere. That's not what I mean. Let's walk away for a minute. I'm going to slap on the Gorman mask. This is why I paused to equip this. Once we get a chance to get to the front desk, we're going to sign in as a Gorman. You'll have to do this as a Gorman in the N64 version. Welcome to the Stockport Inn. Are you wanting to stay the night? Yes. Oh, hello, you must be the Gorman checking in today. Welcome. Sorry, I meant it's the 3DS version you have to be a Gorman for. In the original N64 version, you can do it as a human, but it makes more sense being Gorman, so they must have set the flag to specifically be a Gorman. Because she says you must be the Gorman checking in today. Welcome. Let me just confirm your reservation real quick. One moment, please. Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Gorman. Oops, I mean, Mr. Scatlink. Welcome to a humble inn. Your room is the knife chamber on the second floor. Here's your key. That's a bit of a dangerous room, but then again, we are a rock, so it should be fine unless they designate rooms by objects. We got a room key! You're not sure why, but you apparently had a reservation. You are mistaken for a guest with the same name as you. Shush. Your room is the knife chamber. Best of all, you got a room key. Please relax. Let's go up and have a little look in our room. No one else has to know who we are. Take the mask off when we're in here. No one will have to know. Oh, we got a chest. Why is there just 100 rupees in this room? Kind of seems a bit pointless having a reservation if they're just gonna give away money. So, that's a bit weird. Take the mask off. Put the cafe's mask on to get ready to ask more questions. What a ramshackle inn. Is this room supposed to be first class? And hear whoever's next door for crying out loud. Whatever. We're staying for free, so we can't expect much. I mean, it's a bit bad having a massive gash taken off there. But it is the knife chamber, so I'm not actually that surprised. Just going to put this on real quick to get down the stairs a bit faster. And let's inquire the only other person we haven't talked to yet about this. You're also looking for Cafe? I have a request. Cafe, I have a clue that will help you find him. Tonight at 11:30, please come to our kitchen. We'll talk then. Must have been the delivery she just got. Promise to meet her at night. This was added to your notebook. So, we'll come back in a moment. Now, we had a reservation that we weren't supposed to have for some reason. And I'm not following the postman. I'm just going to hand in my Moons tier quickly, because that reservation might get filled in later on in the day. This is my private property. Ah, that stone, you must give it to me. I'll throw in this deco flower and the spot included. We want to go out of the south once again, so we can grab those 40 rupees from the Gways, and then we want to head back into the west. And follow it round. Should be... There's one red rupee. Maybe we should have went round to the canyon, but we're making our way around anyway. These red rupees are huge, like the size of us, but that doesn't actually affect the value of them, unfortunately. This isn't Four Swords Adventures. But still, 40 rupees, very useful. So let's head back into town, because it's now almost time. And there's a Gorman! Look at that! Timed that exquisitely well.
The city is so busy to... A city so busy it's hard to find one's way, Goro.
Sorry for the lot of little cuts, I keep not reading it properly and stuttering over my words. But yeah, as we were able to spend a little bit of time to get that money real quick, and we still haven't slowed down time, we're still seeing events unfold. Even with time at normal speed, he's a slow boy. I'm terribly sorry, there were no vacancies today. We're booked solid with reservations.
Made a reservation? Named Scatlink Goro.
Mr. Scatlink Goro? Don't have a reservation under that name. There is one close to that, but...
Really? What, Goro? Oh, it's nice weather, so I'll just sleep outside, Goro.
I'm terribly sorry. Yeah, so if we didn't wear the Gorman's mask to take that reservation before now, He would take the knife chamber and you would never see this NPC again. And you'll also be locked out of that room. And you would also need to take the top door, as we've always done in order to get in here earlier, than when the front door is locked. But because we've taken the room, he has to sleep outside. He'll sleep right outside the stockpot inn, where, well, basically under that roof, where the little bench is, right before you walk it back into North Clocktown. But that's not all. We now have a reason to use our all-night mask. So, what we want to do is head back to Grandmama. Put this on. And we're going to have a little chat. Oh, Tortoise, did you finish helping Father? Let Mother read you a story. Now, which story would you like to hear? So, if you were to listen to these stories, you would fall asleep and time would pass, as it would say here. However, the all-night mask doesn't allow us to sleep. But we don't want to be wasting too much time, because the Four Giants takes us until morning. Apparently that's a 12-hour plus story. But 2 hours is a lot more to stomach, and you can't have these stories during the night. So we need to do this while we're still in daylight. Carnival time, is it? Carnival is almost here, so it's good for you to learn its meaning. It's a little long, but I'll read it with some enthusiasm. The Carnival of Time. Each year, the season of harmony begins when the sun and moon are in alignment, paying homage to the way that both nature and time are tirelessly in the process of progressing. The Carnival of Time is when the peoples of the four worlds celebrate that harmony and request fruitfulness for the year. And yes, these are affected by the 3D slider, if you want to look at that. For ages, people have worn masks resembling the giants who are gods of the four worlds. Now, it has become a custom for each person to bring a handmade mask to the Carnival of Time. It is said that if a couple unites on the day of the festival and dedicates a mask as a sign of their union, it will bring luck. Wedding masks, eh? Sounds like we've got a time limit within a time limit. The centerpiece of the carnival is the clock tower. On the eve of all festivities, the door to its roof is opened. Oh, so that's what everyone means by the carnival time. We're getting some lore here. From atop the clock tower roof, a ceremony to call the gods is held and an ancient song is sung. Hang on a minute. The oath to order? The gods? The giants? Hello? All these festivities of the Carnival of Time are held so that we may ask the gods for a rich harvest in the year to come. You did a good job, that's all for Tortoise. Now, when does the clock tower roof open? If you fell asleep, she wouldn't even give you the question. But, since we stayed awake, we got the full story, we can answer the question properly on the eve of the festival. You did a good job remembering. That's the boy I'm proud of. I'll give you some candy as a prize. You got a piece of heart, and for that we have assembled a new heart container. Maximum life force has been increased. You were praised by the old woman. This was added to your notebook. Anju's grandmother read you a story about the Carnival of Time. Your knowledge of Clocktown history is growing. Gaining the lore. Now, before we do anything, what I want to do is head out of Clocktown to the south of Termina Field once again. But before we do, with more editing trickery to just save myself a little bit of time, as I said, he sleeps underneath here, under the canopy.
The wind has got a damp, Goro. Tomorrow is rain, Goro. Goro, Goro.
Let's get out to the south real quick. Coming out south, there is one more grotto that I want to quickly just dive into, and it's just off the side of this stump in this little tag nut of grass right here. I just went past it. Nothing too dramatic, it's just another, I believe, 20 rupees, so we'll just roll through that bush real quick, get some bombs. That'll be useful. And there we are. And now I'm going to just warp to the swamp so we can hand in the title deed. Hoping to find some success in a livelier place. Let's open a business in another place and you go for the proper channels first, you know what I mean? We've done this one before. That's the town title deed. The mountain one is a little bit out of the way. Let's just head on down. I saw bomb bags, but I would like to go back to my hometown. Ah, that's the swamp title deed. You must let me have that. Off to Zora Cape. More specifically, Lulu's room. But we have to be Macau in order to actually enter there. Are you from the mountains? I saw green potions focusing on Zoras, but I'd like to go where the air is clean. And we never actually handed this one to this guy before. Because, if you remember, we did a little jump trick to get to the heart piece above us. But now, we're finally doing this the proper way. Oh, what's a mountain to do? You must have it. I'll give you this landing exchange. It's kind of funny how I skipped most of the dialogue there, but it's the same thing. There we are. We fixed the line. And there we are. He takes off. We can now teleport out of here, but not to Ikana, because we need to be back at Clock Town for before 9, preferably. Heading back to the bar before it actually opens, we should just be able to walk in still. There we are. Let's talk to the guys once again. We're called a milk... We're called a... Wait, Luigi, we called a milk bar, but we serve milk in the night. Our most popular, of course, is Chateau Marani. It's a vintage milk. It comes from Romani Ranch, and the current price is 200 rupees. You're not surprised? Whoa! There's one more surprising thing about this milk. Depends on who you ask, but there are those who consider this milk as a source of magic power. Just takes one gulp, they say. It's expensive, but thankfully it's the one we serve the most. To make things worse, we're short on stock. Oh yeah, because we didn't actually go help out the ranch. We're kind of focusing on the Gorman Troupe in the town at the moment. Solely in town, plus the trading side quest, which does technically involve town. Maybe we should have done that. But then again, we already did. Maybe things will intertwine. There is a road to the south of town called Milk Road. This could be someone's prank. You see, the road is blocked by a huge boulder. I can't get any milk from the ranch now, and can't please my customers. It's terrible. I mean, even if you do not do that side quest, you can still buy Chateau Marani. Yes, the stock is short, but you still has it in stock. So you're not actually locked out the milk, as we've already established. Oh, what am I going to say to my troop members? I wonder if anyone has anything else to say about Cafe. I forgot to equip it. They don't mention anything. What about you? Because he did say that in his diary that he wanted to go to the milk bar, so maybe he's a regular. You looking for young Cafe too? It seems Madame Aroma still doesn't know where he is. He's not the type who just ran off. Must have a reason for not showing himself. Just wait. When the time is right and he's ready, he'll show himself. You're very laid back, aren't you? I mean, he must be one of your favourite customers, so I would assume that's the case. Well, once this hits 9 o'clock, he has to take a final hour to get ready properly. Well, we have to get ready for tonight's business. Please take care. So we'll be entering back when it actually hits 10 o'clock. So why don't we go sort out the rest of the Gorman Troupe by speaking to Guru and dancing for the Rosa Sisters. Ah, you are a member. Please come in. Break it down. So we've got an hour and a half before we need to meet up with Anju. So how about we actually set up Toto's issues? Oh, I can't actually talk to him because I'm wearing the mask, apparently. Hey, you! Milk! It's milk! Can you get tipsy from something like milk? Hey. There we are. Why is it that when you wear the masks in order to enter this area, you can't talk to anyone but the owner? That's a bit weird, honestly. And if we are a Goran or a Zora, which are considered adult characters, practically, because the soldiers let you through, you still need proof of membership, so you still need to wear the mask. Does everyone else have to wear that, or are they staff members, technically, so they're allowed? Who knows? We were scheduled to do a show, but it got cancelled. This place has a reputation for being a great live venue, so it's a shame. I'd like to do a sound check, though, just to see what it would have been like. Hey, you. Shall we have a performance? Sure. We got time to kill. Hey, go. You play the ocarina, right? Go stand in the center spotlight. Okay, play your ocarina like this. Alright, we're Macau. Would he actually recognize us? Or do we look too different to him? Could you help me with a performance? Guess he doesn't recognise us. This, again, goes to what I was saying, where, like, some characters do actually recognise you by the character itself, or as a completely different character, because Link doesn't visually look the same. It's just some people do realise. And if Toto's the band manager, and you are, like, one of the header-ups of the band, Mikau, legendary guitarist, you'd probably recognise him, but apparently not. I guess the green skirt gives it away. Okay, you play guitar, right? Stand beneath the spotlight on the right. Go all the way over there. And play your guitar like this. The last bunch of notes. Bravo, that was the best.
That melody! The melody!
Brings back so many memories. It's their old standby, Ballad of the Windfish. It's a song that members of the previous generation of the Indigo Girls made famous. I entered show business because I heard this song at the carnival time long ago. Like, doing performances, I thought I'd get to meet the singer of that song. That's why he was so mad that Lulu couldn't sing. The one you heard must have been the original Lulu, lover of the current singer who is also named Lulu. Lulu the second? So her daughter is singing now. That's so? I'd like to hear that. Mamma mia. I'm sorry I booed you. Please take my mask. You got the troop leader's mask! This mask looks so sad it could put a tear even in a demon's eye. The most useless mask in Majora's Mask. Originally. It actually has a unique use in the 3D version. Exclusively! But we'll get into that later. You saw the tears of Gorman, the troop leader. The song you played at the sound check deeply affected the troop leader. He even saw a tear rolling down the troop leader's mask. So, this mask, I think it goes there. People related to Gorman will react to this. It sheds shameless tears that glisten in the sun. I'm going to have to sort out my inventory right here because it is a mess. What else do I want? So we'll take that off. We shed tears as we run. Remember back when I was at the ranch, my brothers? I wonder how they are. Let's go next door. Because it is almost time, 11 o'clock. We're cutting it close here. But we've had a little jam session for the night. And now it's time to see what Anju wants. And she's coming straight down the stairs. Let's go to the kitchen. Let's put on the appropriate mask. Well, this kitchen needs a bit of a clean, actually. Not very hygienic. There's bugs in here. And yes, you can catch them. But there's also fresh fish, which is pretty useful. So if you need a fish, you can catch that. Right, where is she? I'm sorry to trouble you late at night. It's about him, Cafe. I received a letter from him. Strange, isn't it? Getting a letter from a missing person? But there's absolutely no mistaking it's from him. It's clear to me. Please. Here's my letter. Please put this in a postbox. When this is delivered, when he receives my letter, you should be able to meet him. Please tell him that Anju is waiting for him. And please, after you've seen him, tell me how he looked. I'm scared. I can't go. Can I ask this of you? Sure, lady. I am a professional expert on finding people and things. Thank you very much. This is some heavy-duty shit right here. We've been given a letter to Cafe. Quick, deliver it for her. Take it to a mailbox. We've got to do it before it hits the morning when the postman does his rounds. Make sure you mail this before the postman makes his daily collection. You made an important promise. This was added to your notebook. But we're going to have to mail that in a little bit because it's almost midnight, and you know what happens around midnight in North Clocktown? Can we make it in time? Maybe with the bunny hood we can. Please mail it before the postman collects the mail tomorrow. No worries, madam. And it's go time. Backflip over the desk so we can get out incredibly quickly. We want to go and witness a robbery, and this time we do not want to help the old lady, believe it or not. Ouch, watch where you're going. Stop, thief, I'm just an old lady, give my luggage back. If you do not witness this event, you don't have to worry, it will still happen off screen. If you do witness this event, don't do anything. Even if you shoot Sakon and blow him up, you want to let him get away. If you don't let him get away, he just trampled over Jimmy right now, it's just disrespectful. But we want to let him get away because the soldiers won't do their job. And as such, things are set up for the rest of the cycle. Oh my, I thought we would finally be able to stop bomb bags in our store. What a shame. Other than mailing the letter, which we can do literally right here, we are done with the rest of day 1 for now. What I'm going to do with the rest of day 2, since we haven't actually got anything to do, is teleport to Ikana Castle, grind up on the Redead, so we can bank all that money in order to get the final prize out of the bank. And I'll meet you guys at the start of day 2. See you guys then. You mailed the letter to Cafe in Clocktown. It's now up to the postman to do the rest.